Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the ad copy, because unlike Amazon, now you have to write the ad copy, right? So if you don't write the right message, people are not gonna click. So share with us some tips. I know you mentioned number one alternative. So what are some things that people can follow that will get much better click-throughs?
Yeah, ad copy with Google is uh, very important to make sure it's relevant to your keywords. So whereas with meta targeting, which we'll get into, is you can kind of be a bit more fast and loose and playful with your ad copy for meta ads. With Google, you want your ad copy, your headlines and descriptions to be much more similar in theme and congruency with the keywords that you upload. So typically what I do is, again, to kind of continue with that example of a shoe brand, let's say I sell sandals and leather boots. I'm not going to do one whole ad group where I put in sandal and leather boot keywords into one thing, into one ad group, and I just have one ad or two ads maybe within that one ad group that has all those keywords. You want to separate that out. So have one ad group with just the leather shoes, one ad group with sandals, and then you have, maybe two ads in each one that are specifically related to that theme. So within those headlines, there's now Google uses what's called responsive headlines. So typically you're uploading between 10 and 15 headlines and 2 to 4 descriptions. You upload all those combinations, and Google will find the best one to pair. So it'll pair, headline 4 with headline 2 and headline 7 and description 2 and 4. It'll find the best pairing between all those and split test all those variations together. But it's up to you to make sure you're writing those headlines, providing enough copy, but also hitting quality scores. So, like I mentioned, one of those is making sure it's relevant to the keywords that are in that ad group. Two is making sure they're unique. So if you're just doing like a variation on the same headline every time, that won't perform well. If you're doing like leather shoes, leather boots, lace leather boots, if those are all your headlines, that's not going to perform well. You need to add some variety in there as well. Um, and then also make sure it's relevant to your landing page. All those are influenced within the ad copy that you're writing for. So if you're driving to a page that isn't selling shoes or leather shoes or sandals, if you're just driving to your homepage, your quality score probably will not be that high. So it may be better to drive to a collection page, for example, or even an optimized landing page that was made dedicated for that ad. But within that's kind of more foundational information on how to write headlines and descriptions for it. Use those keywords, make it unique, add 10 to 15 variations. Those are kind of the foundation items. Something that I do that is I've seen perform really well. I don't see many accounts do this. So typically when I come in and I do an audit and I start with a new business, I will add this in. It's called DKI, dynamic keyword insertion. So it'll dynamically insert the search term. So for example, if your headline, you can it's a little kind of curly bracket code you do. So I'll do a description in my ad like searching for, and it'll insert what the user is searching for. So imagine you type in leather boots for men or leather shoes for men in your ad description. It'll literally just show up searching for leather boots for men, and it'll look super relevant for the user. And that's a really powerful tool. It'll basically dynamically insert the search into your ad copy, and it looks like it's super relevant to the user.
Oh, cool. So it's like walking into a store thinking I'm gonna buy this, and then the salesman says, "You here to buy this?" And then let me
Exactly.
show
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. So okay, that's a pretty good tip.